Buttons. Okay. All right. Welcome, guys. So let's start like this. Put your hands together. Take a big breath in. Open your hands. Breathe out. And then take this up over your head. And even though you've already kind of cleansed, just do that again. Good. And then you'll bring your hands back together. Take a big breath. Open your hands. Exhale. Catch your breath, your sacred breath, put it into your heart. Lengthen yourself tall, and as you exhale, bow your chin, close your eyes. And just taking this moment to become very present to your own experience, your own inner compass. With your hands at your heart, feeling your heartbeat, the quality of your breath as it is right now. Adding in a bit of a smile as a way of relaxing your face and increasing your breath. Stay in your sit exactly as you are, but explore a little bit. Maybe you can sit up taller, come back more, whatever brings you more into alignment with your own self. Hey, Claudette, welcome. Good. Good. Take one breath in here. And as you breathe out, release your hands, touch the earth. And inhale, reach your arms up nice and high. It's all good. Yeah, just sit like this for a moment. Turn your palms to face front, stretch your fingers, reach. Feel like you're almost lengthening yourself through the sides. We'll inhale, touch your palms together, bring them back down in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow your chin once again. Drop into your breath. And from here, noticing any fluttering in your eyelids. We lose Sandy and Darren. Mm-hmm. Okay, before we Om, I'm gonna do one more little thing. You take your hands now, touch your knees, and just start to lean back. Take your heart back, take your chin back, and press your heart back, press your stomach back. Almost like you're doing cat pose here. And then just take some breaths, really pressing back, sending that breath into your lungs, into the back lungs. We'll just do one more breath here. And then you'll inhale, come up. And exhale, release your hands to the earth. Inhale, reach up. Touch the palms together, bring them down in front of your heart. And again, feel the quality of your breath. Little changes. Okay, so we're gonna Om 3 times. Just give Sandy and Darren a moment to come back. Welcome back. So what we're gonna do for this Om, we're gonna just Om as regular, 3 Oms, and you're just gonna go one after the other. You don't have to wait for me. I might suggest to plug your ears when you Om so you can really hear them. And and it might even be like you might even do the Oms without even opening your mouth. So it would sound like this. It would be just like a big hum, so that you really get it into your head and it kind of wakes you up a little bit. So we'll do that all together. So you put your hands on your ears. You're not going to be able to hear me because you're going to seal your ears, but take a big breath in. And as you come out, just noticing that little bit of energizing in your head. And perhaps you feel even more grounded from where you were a moment ago, just from that. Okay, so I'm going to just take that one step further into what's called bee breath. And it's pretty much that same thing, but we add mudra with the hands. And so it can look kind of weird. But if you take your thumbs and you kind of, like when you smile, you put your thumbs kind of there. And then your index fingers are going to plug your ears, but don't do that yet. You can just rest them at your ears. And then the middle finger kind of rests at the temples. And then you'll just kind of see, you know, if you can get the other fingers to go. Maybe the pinkies might kind of go into the brow line here, just where your brow starts. So you can kind of see how that works. You kind of are sealing the senses. So if we can seal the eyes with the pinkies, great. If that's not comfortable, you can move your hands anyway. Then you're gonna seal your ears. You take a big breath in and then you're just gonna hum. So kind of like the Om, but we're just gonna hum. We're just gonna do one and then you'll release your hands. So take a breath in, seal your ears and hum. And then just feeling that. So it's an energizing breath, but also kind of clears our heads. Okay, take your hands into fists and give your chest a little beat here. And this is, you know, a lung thing, and we want to keep our lungs really clear. So I've been doing this every day. Heart can tell you. Every day, beat your lungs a little bit. Good. And then we're just going to take this into a little bit of this EFT, this energetic tapping. So let's tap the chest, upper chest, your heart. Yeah. And then you'll take your hands, and it's more like right into like a gorilla. Go up as high as you can here. It's not really a tapping. It's more of a pushing in and a circling. And it probably is going to be tender. Go both ways. If it's not tender, find a tender spot up as high as you can. And you can move your hands up or down. And you don't even need to do it for that long. Like that's probably enough. And then just kind of feel, okay. You feel the energy starting to flow there. Yeah. Good. Then we're going to take the hands to the crown of the head, and we're going to do the same, like it's a tapping. And it could be a tapping all over your head, forehead, sides of the head. Just tapping wherever you are here. Wake that stuff up and calm it. So we're here. Okay, let's do another one breath in, and as you breathe out, you can let your hands rest. If you want to close your eyes and just feel the effects of that. Good. Okay, then we're going to cross the wrists, whichever way you go is fine. Grab hold of your earlobes and just pull them down. You can slide your hands up to your ears. Maybe you're right along the middle of your ears, down the lobes. Just do this a few times, and then you're just going to change the cross and do it again. Just pull your ears down. Yeah. This is a Ganesha mudra, the elephant god, with his long elephant ears. And then release and just feel in again. Your ears feel more open, more receptive, more present. Good. Take one more breath. Good. And then take your hands behind your back anywhere here. And, you know, you're welcome to tap and kind of wake that up, but you can also just massage your back a little bit, the sides of your waist, and just kind of wake that up, rub it. If you are living alone, and, you know, some nice little touch there that you offer yourself. And then we'll release, and again, just feel into that energy. Yes. Okay. From here, take your hands to your knees. And just as we did a moment ago, you're gonna sit up tall. And as you breathe out, take your heart space back, take your chin to your chest, lean back in your seat. So your hands are kind of holding you there. If you took your hands away, maybe you'd fall. That's the effort. And then even more effort from the inside, push your belly back, your heart back, and breathe into that space that you have kind of pushed into. And you can maybe feel your breath right into your back lungs, like pressing the heart space back. Take one more breath and then release, come and sit up. Let's take a moment to feel just as you are. Okay, take one more breath in and out. Good. Okay. So yogis, we're going to start in child's pose. And if child's pose isn't happy for you, you can go on your back and hug your knees in. And if you want to put, sometimes we do this where I'm just going to move my dog here and then I'll show you. If you take like a blanket or anything you have, it's not even rolled up nice. I'm just going to shove it in right into my belly. So I can kind of go up and over. And then I just have a little bit of pressure into the belly. So I can really breathe into the back. And you can put your head down, or maybe your head might not go down when you do that. And just receive that, yeah, just put your blanket in there and then breathe into your back. And just notice any restrictions, even in your breath. And if you smile, just drop in. Okay, I'm gonna massage the belly a little bit here, just staying in your child's pose, but I'm gonna push my belly out and then bring it in. So I'm just a couple times, just feel like I'm pushing my belly into the blanket and then releasing it, and then again, dropping into your breath. Just feeling the restrictions of your breath, offering it new space. And then we'll just come up and just take that prop out, come back into your child's pose, just feel a little freedom. And as you come into child's pose, you can just be there. Feel like rocking a little bit side to side, bring that in. Yeah. And then staying in child's pose, walk your arms in front of you as much as you can and claw the floor. Get so long that you feel like the sides of your waist, your underarm, everything extending. And then dropping in again. So we're starting to open up the sides of the lungs. And then take one more breath in and out. We're gonna stay in child's pose. If you're okay, great. If it's no good, take a break. Walk your hands all the way over to one side, whichever side. Yes. And then wherever they go, you might even lift your belly up and drop in here. And then be here. Okay, whichever side you've gone to, the opposite hand is really gonna plant. And then you're just gonna push into that side a little bit, as if you could sway your ribs into the side you haven't moved towards. Okay, I'm gonna add one more thing here, is to dance the shoulders. So just like you're listening to awesome music and your shoulders are just moving from one side to the other, almost like one shoulder comes down, one lifts. Just whatever you can do here, just bring in a little bit of space, and we'll just take maybe 3 more breaths here. Just feeling yourself filling the opposite side of your lungs. And then you can walk it to center. And if you need a break off your knees, you can take a little downward dog. And then you'll come back. Okay, so take whatever you need. If you're in downward dog, take your time. Otherwise, walk your hands over to the opposite side. You might move your chest over. Yeah. And then that hand, the opposite hand, really, like I even walk it forward more. Really plant it. And then just rocking yourself over to the side you haven't turned towards. As if your lungs, your chest can almost fill that space. And then if you rock the shoulders on the last side, and bringing that in. This is just getting the dust out and opening the lungs a little bit. Good. We'll just take 2 more breaths. However you want that to be, moving or still. Your inner compass knows the way. Good. And then we'll come back to center, and you can stay in child's pose or take downward dog, whatever one. And just breathing and being. Good. And we'll take 1 more breath in and out. And then we'll all just come up for a downward dog. And this is just a get your head below your heart dog. And pedal your feet if you like, or just be as you are. Just letting your head go and your breath go. Okay, take 1 more breath. We're going to come back to sitting, and if you feel playful, maybe it's a jump. And so as I jump, I cross my ankles in midair, bring them down, and then come to sit. Yes. Okay, then change the cross of your legs. We were already sitting. So sit in your opposite cross, and if you need to sit up on something, do that. Yeah. Okay, and then we're just going to take some side bends and some twists here. Again, opening the lungs. So let's keep the right hand on the floor, and we'll reach the left arm up. And you get really long here, and then crescent yourself over. Okay, now the hand on the floor is going to push the floor away. Send your ribs a little bit more over to the left. And then if you can take this left arm back a little bit and look up, do that. So just breathe, smile. Take 1 more breath in, let it go, and then come all the way up. Lift both arms up like we did at the very beginning. So the hands are open, fingers are open, reach. Reach, reach. And then as you exhale, we'll take the left arm down. We'll inhale the right arm all the way up and crescent over. And then again, adding the left hand on the floor, the ribs crescenting more to the right. And if you can open, looking up is optional. And it's really about getting into that side, opening. And take 1 more breath in and out, and then come up, lift both arms up in the air. I'm going to take mine down, but you keep yours lifted. I just want you to start to roll your wrists, your fingers, just start to play there a little bit. Keep lifting from the inside, lift yourself up. Now circle your wrists the opposite way. Good. And then we'll inhale, reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, take both hands down. Good. Take your hands to your knees. If you need to change your legs, my friends, you do that. Hands to your knees, sit up tall. And then as you exhale, take it back like we did already a few times. So the chin comes in, you're pressing your heart back, your belly back, your tail might be moving forward. Like feel that you can really press back and then breathe. Okay, and then stay here and pressing back. Start to sway a little bit like you're just scrubbing your insides. So just moving your ribs, whatever you can move here. Good. And then we'll inhale and come all the way up. And exhale, take your hands down. Let's stretch the legs out just for a moment. Wiggle your happy toes, your happy feet. And then just sit up tall and feel your breath. And let your legs relax. Good. Okay. We're going to come back to crossing the legs. I'm going to go habitual cross this time. You can do whatever you like. Good. We're going to take twists. We're going to start by just taking the left hand just in front of the left shin and the right hand behind you. And then you grow tall and you push the forearm into the left shin as you turn. Okay. Then you can walk your right hand behind you more, maybe take the right shoulder back more. And then the left hand can come all the way across. You can hold the knee, or you can have the back of the hand. You can turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Okay, we're going to stay in this. So without really coming out, see if there's like a little bit, like, can I scrub my insides a little bit? I don't know why that sounds terrible, but just a little bit of moving. So you go a little deeper and just like so slight. And then you're going to come back into it and just take 3 breaths. Good. Inhale. Now don't come out of it, just turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Let's take a little neck stretch here. And 1 breath in. Breathe out, release. You can take your legs out if you need to. Otherwise, just feel for a moment. The lungs are opening. Feel your breath. Good. Okay, before we do the other side, I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together, and we're just going to take a little forward fold. Put something under your knees if you need to. Yeah, honor yourself. And then from here, we're just going to take the hands forward to the floor if this is comfortable. So I'm not going into my full forward fold. I'm just going to spread the fingers, anchor them to the floor, push the floor away, take my back and drop my chin. Okay, so you can put your hands anywhere. If they're better behind your back, you know. Okay, just press the heart back. Opening your hips a little, take a breath. And now you're gonna pull the floor forward as you lift your heart and your chin. And then stay with that lift, walk your hands forward as far as they're gonna go and come into your version of this forward fold. It doesn't need to be super big. Let your head go. Let your glutes go. Feel your breath. And really follow the path of your breath in this. Just notice. Good. And we'll take 1 breath in, sigh it out, and then walk yourself upright. Take your hands behind your back, and we're just going to straighten the legs out in front of you. Move your toes, your feet. Yes. Good. Let's take the legs a little wider and really move the toes in and out. Yeah. Good. Okay. And then we're going to come back to sit opposite cross of the legs. We're going to do twist again if that's not comfortable. You have to think about it. Oh, that's not right. And then do whatever sit works. Okay, then we take the right forearm in front of the right shin and the left hand behind. Lift yourself tall, and you press into that shin as you turn. And then the left hand might walk behind you more. You can open the shoulder more. Then you take this right hand across, and you can hold the knee, or you can have the back of the hand there. And then look over your left shoulder. And maybe there's a little bit of that flossing, scrubbing, just a little bit of movement here. So you kind of go to the deepest, darkest place, and then you let it go. Deepest, darkest, let it go. Yeah, and then we're going to come in. You're going to go as deep as you can. Breathe into all the space or no space. We're going to stay here. And as you exhale, you're just going to turn only your head to look over your right shoulder, just the head. Good. And we'll inhale and exhale and release. And then if you need to stretch your legs out, whatever you need to do, just feel. Yeah. Good. Okay, we're going to do that again, and I'm just going to combine the two. So I'm going to change the cross of the legs. Yeah, and then right hand behind, left hand in front. Lift yourself, press into the shin, turn. Find your place here, take the hand over. Good. Take one breath in, breathe out, and then we'll inhale. Now as you exhale, turn your head, look over at your left shoulder so you get this little bit of a neck. Good. Okay, if you have your left hand palm facing out, turn it now so you're holding onto your right knee. And then release the right hand so you face front. Left hand stays on the knee. Reach the right arm up. Yeah, and then reach up, inhale. Now, as you exhale, you're going to crescent over to the left and use the knee to kind of anchor you. Okay, and then you might here be able to turn to look down to the floor and the chest turns a little bit. So you might not be looking at the floor. Just feel like, oh, I'm really twisted. Good, inhale and exhale. And then as you inhale, you can lift the arm up, release. You need to stretch your legs, do that. And just feel, take a few moments. Feel your lungs opening, your breath flowing, and your inner compass knowing the way. And take a breath in, breathe out, place your hands on the floor, inhale, reach up. Okay, I'm gonna bring my hands down because you can't see them. I want you to cross your thumbs. So whichever thumb, the thumb pads touch, and then you press the thumbs into each other as if they want to come apart. You reach up, you press the thumbs and inhale, and then exhale, release your hands to the floor. We're going to do the opposite cross, so I hope you remember which way you went. Reach your arms up, cross your thumbs the opposite way, and the thumb pads really press against each other, and you reach up and press, and we start to open the back of the shoulders. Inhale, and exhale, and release. Good, take a breath. Okay, I'm gonna change the cross of my legs. And we'll do the second side of that twist. So the right hand comes in front, and the left hand goes behind. Inhale, and exhale, push that shin as you turn. Find your place here, whatever that is, nice and full twist. Take the right arm across, hold on to your knee. Breathe. And we'll inhale. As you exhale, just turn your head. That's it, just the head. Inhale, exhale, and now right hand holds that left knee. As you inhale, reach the left arm up. And as you exhale, crescent over. And just find your place here. And if you can turn and look down as if there's something awesome there. And we just kind of get a little bit into the upper back. Good. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, release. Stretch your legs if you need to. Feel your breath. Yes. Okay, sweet. So now you're going to take your blanket or whatever you have. Here, we'll use these. Okay. And we're going to just take a chest opener. So you have your blanket. Let's see, what would be a good, I mean, you're going to decide what's good for you. So I'm going to take the blanket this size, and then I'm just going to roll her up. And so I'm not even doing like such a nice roll, but I'm just going to put the blanket down. We're going to lie over it. So you might need another blanket for your head. You might want one for under your hips. You could also make this blanket roll a lot smaller. And again, just for the lungs. So we're going to come in. You can just put the back of your heart over that. I lift my hips and kind of slide forward. And then maybe the arms are going to come out. If that's no good for you, you can rest your elbows. Hands can rest. Just so you get a lift of your heart space. And yeah, and then just drop into this a little bit. So something under your head, under your hips might be nice. I'm just re-rolling. And okay. So before you completely drop in, I want you to feel, if this is like, depending on how much your props are or where you have them placed, then maybe you can lift your hips up and kind of use your feet to just massage the back, like you pull yourself forward and back a few times. So you might have to support your head. Say, oh, can I just massage my upper back? So if you're not sure, you can take a little peek and see what I'm doing. I'm just sliding myself forward and back. Just do that a few times, and then you can drop back in. And this time I'm going to leave you here for about a bit of time, a few breaths. Okay, notice if it feels uncomfortable at the beginning. And then release yourself. Give yourself permission to be heavy. And softening your eyes. So you can have your legs bent or stretched straight, whatever feels good. Good. Okay, notice if it feels a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. And that's one thing as yogis, we learn to be with discomfort. So when we're in times of discomfort, we can be there. So we're just going to take 5 more breaths here. As you finish your 5th exhalation, if your legs are straight, rebend them. And then we're just going to roll over to one side. So with your feet on the floor, you can lift your hips. Let's say you shift your hips to the left, and then you can roll onto your right side. And you're going to take this little blanket roll. If you have blocks at home and you like to do this with a block, I mean, that's a certain type of torture that's quite lovely in its own way. But I'm going to take this blanket roll and just re-roll it nice and stiff. And then I'm going to lie over that so that that blanket roll is right under my underarm and into the right side of my chest, where we had our fingers at the very beginning. We were doing this little monkey thing. So a block is certainly more uncomfortable. I have my knees bent. My left hand is on the floor, and my head is propped up on my right elbow. Okay, does that make sense? No, right elbow's on the floor, my hand is holding my head. Like we're like at a slumber party. If you've had a colonoscopy before. Okay. Okay. So with your left hand on the floor, just start to roll yourself front to back a little bit over this blanket roll. And I want you to find the places of most discomfort. And if you don't find one, way to go. But move yourself a little bit. Look for it. It's there. You felt it when you put your fingers there. And once you find that place of most discomfort, then you breathe into it. And if you can now take your right arm, extend it out, put your head down, you're going to get a little bit more. You could even prop your head on your arm if that's better. And then just breathing. Okay, the next thing to do here is to straighten the legs. So if that works to kind of be a little off balance, you can keep the left hand on the floor. Or you could take the left arm and just rest it on top of your left hip, and then the balance kind of has to come into. Yeah, good. And then just breathing. If you don't feel much, you can also fold the blanket a little higher. Good. Nice. And then just taking maybe 2 more breaths like this. Okay, and then we're not really gonna come out. You're just gonna roll onto your tummy. And we're gonna put this blanket roll, like for us women, you're just gonna move the girls kind of at the bottom of the blanket. You might even like snuggle it in and bring yourself up and over, just so you have the blanket roll. Like it's on the upper chest, but it's also on the boobs. And then you can come down. Again, if you don't feel much, maybe you roll 2 blankets together, make yourself a bigger roll. You could also use your little toes here. You tuck them under, and you might kind of push yourself up or back. You kind of see like, you know, I'm moving front to back here, whatever feels to give you the most discomfort. So you're just pressing the breath into the back of the lungs. The head can come all the way down. I'm moving my arms just so you can see. You can rest the forehead on your hands. And I'm just gonna add some low back here, just for a bonus. So open your legs a little wider, bend your knees, and then just rock your knees side to side like you're doing a windshield wiper. So your feet go to one side and the other. And then you can keep doing that, or you can just bring the soles of the feet to touch. You might readjust your blanket if you need to. And just take one nice breath in. Really let yourself melt as you exhale. And then we're going to come up for a little cobra. So that might be, for some of you, stinks. You might just put your forearms on the floor. You might keep your legs bent or straighten them. And some of you might take your hands and just lift yourself up for a full like cobra. And then just moving yourself here. Don't let it be static. So if you're on your forearms, that's totally great. You just move one shoulder forward and the other. Just feeling in and opening yourself. Even if you have your elbows bent, just moving a little bit here in this cobra. So the legs are still wide. And your breath is still flowing. Good. Okay, and then just before we come to the other side, we're just gonna tuck the toes under, lift yourself up to your hands and your knees. We're gonna come back to child's pose, and you have this blanket roll, so you could even pop that in to your belly, and then come down. And so when I do that, you know, my head might not go anywhere near the floor, and that's totally fine. This is really about opening the breath into places it normally doesn't get. So feeling how the breath gets restricted, and you smile into that because you know you're doing good work, because your breath is restricted not by illness. It's restricted by what you are offering it. And that is working with your body. Okay, stay with this for 2 more breaths. Even if it's really uncomfortable, smile, be in your discomfort. And then you can take the blanket out and just come back to regular child's pose. You might even rest your head on the blanket if you wish, like it's there. You can take your knees wider if you like, or keep them together, and breathing into your stillness, melting your heart space, softening your glutes. Good. Take one more inhale and exhale. And then we're going to come up to sit on the heels. So we're just going to take a little foot stretch here if this works. And then this is an opportunity just to re-roll your blanket for the second side. So you can, again, make it nice. If you need to go thicker, then this is an opportunity to add another blanket. And then we'll put it down. I'm just going to flip sides. Okay, and then you're going to come to lie over it on the left side of your chest, so it goes right up high, and the knees are bent. Your head can be supported. Right hand is on the floor. And then you're just going to start to just rock front to back. And you're just looking for those places of discomfort. So you move yourself. If you don't feel anything, then maybe you need to go a little lower so that you're closer up high towards the underarm. Okay. And then find that place of most discomfort. Drop in. You can extend the left arm, let the head drop. That's going to give you, go deeper. Leaning back a little bit should also bring you deeper into a place of more discomfort. So whatever works. If you want to stretch your legs out, you can do that. If you have room. And then the right hand can also rest on top of the right hip. And then it's also a bit of a balance. Just breathing in and out. And so really soften yourself here. We're just going to do 2 more breaths. And then we're going to bring ourselves back onto your back. So however you need to do that, and you'll come back onto this blanket roll. And again, I'm gonna hold my head, lift my hips, and then just kind of massage myself front to back a little bit, really on the upper chest, so the back of the lungs. And then as you press yourself away from your feet, so the skin kind of is aiming down towards your hips, then set your head down, set your hips down. Take your arms, if they go over top of the blanket, roll into cowboy surrender, great. If they go up to the side or something, and you make it nice for yourself. And just breathing, receiving. Your legs can go straight, they can stay bent. Maybe the knees come together, feet wide. Okay, so stay as you are. But remember all those forward folds we did where I said push your heart space back? So press your heart back into this blanket roll. See if you can do that. The hips kind of want to go too, and you're going to figure it out. If that works, if it doesn't work, it's okay. See, can I really press my back? Good. We'll take 1 more breath. And then just soften, be here. Good. And we're going to come off this blanket roll. So feel free to roll yourself to one side and just take the blanket roll out and then come back onto your back with nothing underneath you. If you need something under your head, you can always put that there. Good. And then just take actually let's do this. Let's cross the right arm right over top of the left, like you're giving yourself this hug, which is great. Use your hands, massage whatever you're touching in your body. And then just rocking as if you're like, oh, it's so good to see you. Rock yourself side to side. And you might even be able to sneak your hands a little bit closer underneath your shoulders. And then we'll drop in here. And your elbows might want to fall over your face. That's okay. You might fall down towards your chest, whatever one. Okay, you can have your legs stretched straight. They can be bent. Okay. And then just feel here, you can press your back, your heart back. And we'll do that as you inhale. As you exhale, open your arms, soften whatever effort you're putting. Take your arms right out to the side. And just breathe here. Feel how grounded you are in your back body. And then we'll just take the opposite cross. So the left arm crosses over the right, and you grab hold of, walk your hands behind whatever they're going to grab there. Give yourself a little love rub. You even scratch if that feels nice. And then again, we'll just go to this side to side thing, like just rocking your upper chest. Whatever that is, whatever movement you have, whatever discomfort you have. And then soften in. Let the elbows drop wherever they want to do. And stay with your breath. Nice, relaxed inhale and exhale. And then we're just going to add that pressing back. So as if your heart could almost push into the floor. You might notice as you do that, your tail lifts a little bit. You know, it is cat pose. That's what happens. So all good. And then release and open your arms all the way out to the sides. And just take a few moments. Just feel yourself very grounded to the floor. You want to stretch your legs out. They can even open wider. Just drop in. Good. And then from here, I'm just going to have you take your arms over your head, extend your legs, and just stretch yourself out nice and long. You can flex and point or roll wrists and ankles. And then we're just going to stay like that. So take the nice stretch and then just soften into this with your arms over your head, your legs extended, even if they're wider. And just take a few nice, beautiful breaths. Really feel the way the breath can open all the way to the top, or whatever it is for you. And it can descend all the way down. Okay, before we leave this, guide your awareness to your back, the back of your heart. I'm going to start to press your heart space, even the bottom ribs down. Your feet might start to flex, whatever you're experiencing, press down. Good. And then inhale. And as you exhale, let all that go. Just relax, let your feet flop. Good. And then we're going to bring the knees into the chest. And as they come in, just rocking, massaging your back. You can even roll the knees around a few times. Good. Okay. All right, then I'm just going to encourage you to hug your knees into your chest. So take your hands, they might even go to the shin. If you need to strap or something, you know, honor yourself. Just bring the knees in like you're pulling them in, like, so much. Your hands are going to pull them in. And then once you get them there, keep the hands pushing in. Drop your shoulders. You can do that. You can let your feet relax. You can flex them. Just really pull the knees in, soften your glutes, smile, and take 3 breaths like this. So you're really working the hands, are really pressing, but the shoulders are relaxed, face is relaxed, glutes are relaxed. Like it's like child's pose with a little bit of extra pressure. And then as you inhale, stay there, and as you exhale, release, arms back over the head if that's okay. Feet to the floor, legs stretched out, whichever one. And then just feel your breath. And take a nice breath in through the mouth or the nose. And let it go. And then if your legs are stretched, bend them. And we're going to take twist. We're going to roll first over to the left side. So if you want to put your blanket, roll, or anything there so it's ready for you, I'm going to take you into a deep twist right to start because we've already done some twists. So we're going to cross the right knee over the left. And then you push the left foot into the floor, lift your hips, shift them over to the right, and drop this package over to the left. And then you have your blanket there. It can support. If it's too much, you know, uncross or make it less. And if you want more, then you take that right ankle or right foot behind the left shin. So I'll just show that if you're not sure. And you don't even need to do that. And then the right arm can open, the left arm can open, or it can stay on your heart. You can even put the left hand on your thigh. Turn your head and breathe. Really feel your breath. So make this less if it's too much. If your right shoulder's lifting a little bit, that's okay. I want you to really feel the breath moving into the right lung, maybe even into the armpit area a little bit. Just really follow your breath. You are feeding and nourishing. Okay, for the next few moments we're here, if you want to take your right arm, you can even bring it up alongside your head if you wish. You can turn the right palm down if that works, so the fingers are on the floor, palms on the floor. You don't have to put a lot of effort there, just be with the breath. Good. We're going to take 2 more breaths. And then you'll release. You can unfurl your legs, and you can bring your arms wherever they want to go. Maybe they want to rest on your tummy. You can stretch your legs out. Just feel your breath and feel the difference, the opening in your lungs. Nice. Okay, second side. So you move your prop over to the second side, and then we'll cross left knee over right. And you press the right foot down, lift your hips, shift them over to the left, drop your knees over to the right. And you can double wrap if you wish. You don't have to. You're going to unwrap completely. Left arm out to the side, and the right arm can go out to the side, or it can rest on your heart or your belly or your thigh. And you breathe. And you follow the path of your breath. Notice all the places where the breath gets tight or open. Encouraging the breath to flow all the way up into the left side of the lung. Maybe you can feel it past that as you breathe your body. Feel the exhalation as important as the inhalation. And then if you wish to take the left arm up and alongside your ear, you can do that. You can even turn the palm down if that works. And then really feeling the flow of your breath. Good. And then release that, release your legs. Come back onto your back. And just take a few moments to just feel. Good. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. We're going to set up, even though most of us are not going to lift up for bridge. But if you can see me, I'm going to take my hands, and as if they're coming down, they're going to be either side of my ear. They're going to come down. We just want to practice this. If you only get your fingertips to the floor here and your elbows are pointing up to the sky, that's fine. You can get your hands to the floor and then just breathe here. Nothing to do. Just take your, whatever you've got here. If this is really uncomfortable, make it your own. Just feel this, and then bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and press your back like we've been doing. So your tail lifts a little bit. Your tail might start to lift a little more. You might even lift your hips, really press. You might even lift your, low belly, low back up, and just find some pressure into the back of your heart. Okay, and if you're like aching to press up and to wheel, and that's your thing, then go ahead and do that. Get a nice chest opener, and yes, but you don't have to. Just lifting your tail, push into the back is great. Good, whatever you're doing is perfectly beautiful. Breathe. You can even lift your hips higher, bring more weight into the upper back, and then release. So let your arms come out wherever they want to go, legs out, and feel your breath. Good. Wow, how fast does an hour go? Okay, good. So here we are at that place. We're going to move into Shavasana. if any of that spoke to you, if you really like, you do whatever else you want to now, whatever else you need. But if having that blanket roll underneath your back felt really awesome, do that. And if you're like, it didn't really feel so awesome, then just make it a little square if you like. And you can just lie on that with your shoulders, your head can be on that. I also invite you legs up the wall or legs on the couch. Getting your legs up over your head, like we need 2-hour classes because like there's so much more. But so whatever works for you to be in your rest. So either supporting your upper chest if you love that, support your head, legs up the wall, legs on your couch, or just lying flat. Okay, legs up the wall is one of those poses that's energizing and relaxing at the same time. So if you love that, great. And then just being in your rest. Okay, as you start to drop in, whatever's happening in your life right now, if there's, you have worry about your loved ones or anything, just give a little tapping on your third eye or massage your third eye. You might even take your hands and rest them over your eyes or put an eye pillow on. You could also take another blanket and just lay it over your body, your chest, just as a bit of grounding. Just so simple. And then just offer yourself this sacred space. It's very different than lying in bed or lying on the couch. This is conscious, constructive rest. So this is a time to really notice, the eyelids fluttering. As soon as you relax, your mind starts to talk to you. This is the beginning of your meditation practice. So as the mind starts to talk, you just say, thought, and just let it go. And bring your awareness back to the flow of your open breath in your chest, vibrational energy you feel in your body. And softening along the whole back line, dropping your heart, your shoulders, any stress and tension you're carrying. If your thinking mind is taking over, just bringing in simple mantra. I breathe in, I breathe out. Softening your eyes, back of your head. Noticing anything that wants to pull you out, bring yourself back in. My inner compass knows the way. It's feeling any place you can release and drop in more deeply. Release a little more. Feeling that space at the back of your heart, the back of your lungs, connected to the floor. And feeling the breath at the front of the heart, in front of the lungs. And really taking your time as you feel into your breath, starting to dance with the breath, letting it elongate in the inhale and release you as you exhale. Just feeling yourself breathing through the hole from your feet all the way up to your head, crown of your head, and all the way back down. And just feeling into the sacred space around you, like you are held and cocooned in this time of transformation. You are taking this time to transform yourself. Yoga is transformative. And once you drink the water, drink the Kool-Aid of your practice, you will never be the same. Feel here this cocooning of warmth and energy surrounding you, below you, beside you, above you. Welcome it in with a smile, with your presence, with awareness that the unseen is present. And as you're ready to begin to move your toes, your ankles, move your feet in every direction. And then you can add the hands, the wrists, the fingers. You might take them over your head as you do that. Whatever feels good, really tune into your inner compass leading you. You're not just popping up. You're really savoring and honoring everything that's come before this moment. And as you're ready, you'll bend your knees, and it might feel really nice to bring your knees into your chest for a few moments, or if that's not there, that's fine. Just roll over to your side. Just honor your time. And once you get over to your side, just curl up into the fetal position and just take a moment to feel any tension you're still carrying. Just drop it off on your side. And stay there as long as you need. Take your time, and then you'll press yourself up to seated, but let your head kind of hang as you come up. Let your arms and your hands do all that work. And make your seat very nice and comfortable, even though it's not long. Just honor yourself. Let's just take this mudra where you put your right hand on your heart and the left hand is just resting on your left thigh with the palm facing up. And if that feels like that's too much, you can turn the palm down. When we have the palm up, it's energizing, down is grounding. So whatever you feel you need. Let's feel your heart. You can open your fingers more, spread your hands, and just connect to this place. This sacred space. You know, your heart knows who you are. This is where you live. This is your home. So just honor that. Inhale, grow tall. And as you exhale, just bow your chin for a moment to your heart. And if you turned your left palm down, turn it up now. And then just as nice and soft, you take the right hand over and hold the left hand and interlace. Like, just hold hands there. They don't have to interlace. You can just cup your hand, feel yourself held here. And it's a great reminder that you are not alone. And then lifting that hand up, and you'll bring your hands together. Just keep them like this. The thumbs are crossed. Bring it into your heart. And you'll inhale, and as you exhale, then you'll soften your hands and lovingly bring the palms together. Just bowing down. Bring these hands up. The thumbs can rest along the third eye in the center of your forehead. Drop your head into your hands. Drop your shoulders. Drop your lower jaw. And as you inhale, use the hands to press the head up. And as you exhale, bring these hands back down in front of your heart space. You might even touch the thumbs to your upper chest. And just feel all this energy. Feel this change in everything. How you were when you entered this class and how you are, who you are at this moment. And we're going to bring in our May We Be Blessed mantra. And so before we do that, I invite you to call in your people. To call in the people you're missing, your loved ones, and just invite them to come and just have a seat around you. And any ancestors or loved ones who have passed on, maybe they come and they just sit behind you. And they're just supporting you. You just call them in. You can even imagine the ones who are coming could be sitting in front of you. And just call them in. You can use names or just picture them, welcome them. Maybe you even can feel their energy here. And so we'll end with our May We Be Blessed mantra. And if this is new to you, let the words just wash through you and over you. We'll inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy. And just let that wash through you. Invite it in. And we'll seal this with one Om. Inhale. Bow your chin. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. As you inhale, touch your index fingers to your third eye. As you exhale, touch your thumbs to your heart. Bring the tips of your middle fingers up to your lips. Give them a little kiss. And then lift your chin and open your eyes. With great honoring and great love. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste, my friends, namaste. Yes, may you be good and healthy. I see you, I love you. Thank you, guys. So I'm here tomorrow at 10, if that works. Yes, beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Namaste, guys. Namaste, namaste. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank you. Yay. Grant and Deb, I don't know if you noticed the shirt I'm wearing. I love it. It's my love shirt. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye, Linz. We'll see you later. Bye, Paula. Thank you. Grant and Deb and Liz and Sally. Sue Harris. Thank you, Sue. Bye, guys.